now. There we go. All right. So your question, Gail.
Oh, I haven't, because I didn't. Bird treated me special when I played because I was a soloist. And so in the group, I don't understand how much healing takes place between game days.
None.
Oh,
that's not true.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it does. So wait a minute. Are you asking in terms of like from last session of play to today's session of play, or if
correct.
Bert says the sun goes down and then it comes up?
Oh no, I'm. When I guess whenever we leave when we're done.
Well, my understanding
we're at camp. Is it we're at camp right now? We've been resting.
We are not at camp right now.
No,
we're in the middle of a fight. So in this scenario, I usually, when I start the game, I'm like, here's what happened last time. Here's where we started up. And I'll ask that first, like, does anybody want to do some healing or take care of anything? You're at a good spot. Right now, you're not in a good spot. So any damage or wounds that you had from the last session is going to carry over, and because we're picking up right where we left off.
Yeah. Okay. My recollection of last session is like we did a combat, we went back to camp, said, "Oh, we're feeling good enough. Let's go out again," and went out again.
Okay, that's right.
Like I don't think we like went to camp, slept, and went out the next day. I think we're kind of having a continuous adventuring day from session to session right now. So I still have 2 damage. I'm not worried about it, but I know I'm carrying it now.
Well, see, that's the other thing too, is if we were to do some foraging, aren't there foods and things you can eat to help mitigate and get rid of and alleviate? And
we did some foraging last time. We found some stuff. We found flash bugs and antidote herbs.
That was when Kevin.
That was 2 sessions ago. What did we find last session?
The big dude.
The big old monster.
That my honey pie is for foraging at the time.
We found body parts. Okay, got it. We found blood, guts, and gore.
Okay.
I just remember when we start to focus on foraging, we end up like foraging, and it takes a little bit of time. That's something I would love to continue to forage and search for things, but I don't want to spend all day foraging.
And that's fine. So you have a troop of NPCs back at camp. So right now, everyone's broken up into groups, and they are doing different things. Teak and Solon, the guys that you just found, they're a part of the foraging, and they're also doing some like preliminary scout work. The same thing you guys are doing, they just are going in different directions. But after the big bear fight, you guys wanted to grab them, go back to camp, and discuss like the next big thing. You found Huntrick and Joe. You sent them back to camp. And basically, you're just waiting for Neva to come back with his report so you can come up with a strategy for what to do next. So Teak and Solon have been gathering, doing a lot of the stuff that I didn't want to just force on you guys. But I also allow you guys to forge while you're out in the world.
Yeah.
So both those things are happening. So so you guys are good?
Well, I think so. What do we know? We recall that we came from the tree. The tree sent us over here. The tree told us that we needed to, told me that I needed to have more of a vision and a direction and confidence that I knew what I was doing. Thanks, mean tree. But yeah, I wasn't connecting the dots that we had been on this island before. I thought it was like a alternate life that Henrik's character had gone through.
Yeah, so, Kevin, you have not been here before.
Yeah, Kevin, the player, Kevin, the character, have not been here.
Okay, then I'm not confused. I am confused because I'm supposed to be. I am not confused because I shouldn't be. That is like a shark that should walk on land?
It's like
That's
a shark
exactly
catfish.
What he is. He's like a catfish shark who walks on land.
I don't like him.
He's looking right at you.
I don't like sharks in the water. I really don't need them on the land.
No joke.
I figured out how to pronounce this. I've been calling him a Jyratodus, but apparently it's a Jyratodus.
Jyratodus?
Jyratodus, spelled with a J. why I've been calling him the Jyratodus. Sadie affectionately calls him the Mud Monster. It's her favorite monster to kill in Monster Hunter World. When last we spoke, you found Huntrick and Job. You found Teak and Solin. You're on your way to go back to the camp. Jago looked around in her eagle form and saw this guy coming around the bend.
That's right. Did some scouting.
And just as Jago gives you that information, he pops out from around the bend and hawks a massive loogie right on all of you.
Oh, fireball
with that,
formation. No,
we are going to start an initiative. So everyone, give me your reflex.
just tell you our numbers, right? So I have an 8.
4.
Henrik, I need you to do a roll off.
All right, I can do that. I got a 6.
So you're going to go second. Kevin, what do you have score? Your reflex score doubles as your initiative.
5.
And we do not roll initiative. We just know when everybody works. So that way you have an idea of how nimble and agile and all that stuff you are. All right. So I've got my order. So Jyratodus hawks a loogie on all of you. There's no damage roll.
Can any of us use any of our defensive abilities to get out of the way?
No.
Okay.
You were caught surprised. And then he walks off.
How rude.
That's exactly what happened. Just hawk a big old loogie and walk off.
And what did this loogie do to us?
We'll find out when it is your turn, which it is your turn now.
Ew.
Can you even move?
What do you want to do? You got 3 actions.
I seem to be standing in water-ish. I would like to wash the loogie off.
Yes. So you find that movement is very, very difficult. You're going to need to make an athletics check to make a move.
Oh, shit.
Well, my move, I hope, is to wash this goop off. But I will roll my athletics. I got a 3, which is a lot less than 8.
Okay, so 3 out of 8, which means you have critically succeeded. So you can move and actually, or you're free to move around and you can actually use your full move action or half speed while you're in it.
So
you need to spend one action per square to get out of this goop. It is that thick and sticky.
Well, then I will go straight north, and you let me know what I got left. I'm trying to get
so
out. So
going straight north will put you inside of this, but since you critically succeeded, we will say that you can. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 to break out, and then I think you've got another square of movement left.
I'm gonna go north again so that I'm in more land and less water.
Okay.
Now, was that 1 action or 2? Do I have any left?
That was 1 action because you critically succeeded.
All right.
This water that's by you is like ankle deep that leads to this area down here.
I'm gonna think that my friends are gonna have a harder time getting out of this, so I'm gonna move over to the corner where Kevin is and be ready to assist and pull him out of the muck. Or can I simply use my last action to pull him out of the muck?
Yes, you can.
Yoink.
Do I get out?
No, you got to roll. Yeah.
Wait.
I got to roll?
Oh.
I said Kevin rolls. What does he have to roll? My athletics?
Yeah, you need to roll your athletics because you're the one doing the yoinking.
I'm doing the yoinking. Okay. Well, as long as I don't fall back in, I rolled a 9, which is more than 8.
Okay, so since you rolled above your threshold, you fail. So you will not be able to grant him assistance either because you failed. Like, you're just stuck.
I failed.
All right, going back to it is now Kevin's turn.
Okay, so just so everybody knows, my athletics number is a 2. I'm not the most athletic guy right now.
I had the right idea, I guess.
You're not a buff mage?
No.
No, he's a mage that casts fist. Wait, no, that's a different thing.
Okay, so what I want to understand is I want to do a perception check on like what is making this substance so thick but so not like what makes it a liquid that's like I'm imagining like a quicksand liquid where it flows normally but I just cannot move when it's there. Is it magic? Is it some chemical compound?
It's
Whatever,
snot.
whatever check you think is appropriate.
Yeah,
I'll
so I
let you
wanted to do a
decide.
perception check, and I rolled a 6 of 6, so I think I succeeded.
You succeed. You recognize this as monster snot. It does seem like it's alchemically enhanced. I mean, it's not just monster drool. It's not even just monster snot. It looks like a special type of attack that this monster uses.
Well, shit, I want to scoop some in my backpack.
Okay, it's field
No.
samples. So you want to spend an action taking a field sample.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I did
Write that
not.
down on your sheet. You have a field sample of Jyratodus snot.
All right, so I have my field sample of snot.
So that's one
I
action.
need
Actually,
to do.
no, I'm sorry. That's gonna take. You're gonna need to make an athletics check to be able to get to your sample pouch. You're in the thick of it, for lack of a better term.
Ha! I succeeded. I got a 1.
Yay! You critically succeeded. You get out of the muck
Piles of snot.
and get your sample of snot.
I can't believe it.
You critically succeeded on a score of 2. That is mathematically an 8% chance. No,
I'm so happy.
12. No, yeah, 8%.
Never tell him the
8.88.
odds.
Okay. So, is Gail's pet hanging out in there too, or Zara?
Oh yeah,
That's the
Hmm.
star, I think. Isn't he the star?
it is.
Okay. I think I'm gonna hold on to my other 2 actions, but I'm thinking, Gail, I'm gonna try and like use a spell depending on how much help you need that will help kind of move that snot away from you if you are close. So that's what I
What
want to
kind
be
of
able to do.
spell are you thinking of doing?
Telekinesis.
Okay, so go ahead and use that. If you critically succeed, you'll break her free, and if you just do a regular success, we'll figure out something else. But definitely
Okay.
give her advantage.
Potency check. So, shit. Well, I didn't succeed.
Appreciate the thought.
So Zara, who's playing an undead elf, has snot that just flew in her face and down her nose and mouth. Fortunately, she can't taste it
Ew.
because she be dead. Long dead. Thanks for flinging snot there, Kevin.
I know.
Actually, it was a very good idea.
It was. It was.
I don't want to undersell your strategy. All right, Zara, that brings us to you.
Yes. 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 Yes.
You are in the thick of snot. It is a big. I mean, it takes up 9 squares if that tells you how wide it is. It's pretty tall too. Big, thick blob of snot.
Yeah, but I'm on the edge of it. So knowing how fluids work, the outer edge of it's not going to be quite as.
Fluids aren't working the way you think they are.
Of course. All right. So my athleticism is exactly as good as Kevin's.
All right, 8.88 chance. Here we go.
And it's what dice?
The 12-sided dice.
Oh. 2, 3, 6.
Actually, that's not true. You've got like a little over a 17% chance because you can roll a 2 and get out.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Why did you count that? Like,
Because I have 4 3 dice.
no, it's a D12. Just your check roll. You're gonna do 1d12. If you roll all 4 of those dice, you're gonna have a hard time succeeding on any skills.
Oh, I don't have a D12 dice. I bought all of these 3 so I could divide and multiply and.
Do you want me to
I'll
roll a
roll
D12
for
for
you.
you?
3,
Okay.
4, 5, 6,
I rolled a
7.
3.
So if I take, wait, if I rolled 8 and divide by 4 because I used 4 die, would that not be the same thing as rolling a D12?
No, because you'll always have a minimum roll of 4, where on a
Oh.
D12 you can get a minimum roll of 1.
Yes,
I rolled a
please.
3 for you, Gail.
Thank you.
I don't think that succeeded though. If your number's 2.
That's right. It didn't. So it didn't make any difference either way, did it? Well, whew, I thought I had that all figured out. All of those little 3 dice, and I could do 6s and 3s, and oh well. Okay, so I gotta get the pet out too. Let's see. Can we not just walk through? I mean, we've got enough squares and we've each got 3 actions, so it'll be in slow motion, but we're just gonna walk out.
You can't walk out. You need to make an athletics check to make any kind of move. It is that sticky and that thick. This
You want
is
me to
not.
roll again and see if I help you?
My phone is busted, so I don't even have my phone to go look up the rolls. So yes, please.
So why don't we try this? Let him roll for your pet, and that'll be your potency rating, which is a lot higher. And then your pet
Okay.
can try to help you out.
Okay, my potency's 10.
All right, I rolled a 6.
Okay, so he's able to get out. Now he's
Okay.
gonna have to take his other action to get over to you, and then
Okay.
you're gonna have to feed him an action to pull you out.
Consider it done.
So one more roll.
9, so fail. No, succeed.
No,
Because
that's a
you have a 10.
succeed. So you're able to. Zero's able to get pulled out. Bam.
Okay.
Everyone's free of snot,
Don't step back in it.
and it's now the top of the order.
I'm gonna recommend that we get away from this spot because I have a feeling that whatever that monster is probably does this to its food and then comes back and eats it later.
Oh.
I'm just making up stuff, but hey,
Would you
sounds
like
like
to
a
pick a check for that?
sure.
I think that sounds very plausible.
I mean, considering how difficult it was to get out, 100% will make a check. I'm just going to use my suspicious Witcher nature. Monsters eating people, and that would be a 9 under 10.
That seems like it's a pretty plausible theory.
Either that or it has friends that like to eat whatever it snots on. I don't know.
So your turn, Henry. The Jyratodus did what he did, and now it's on you.
I'm going to Stone Rage dodge and move northwest on the land.
Are you moving the wrong person?
Yeah, he's moving H. That's me.
Oh, sorry.
Right here?
Yep. That works good. See if
That's
I catch
5 squares.
see if I catch a view of the guy.
You do. You see him rolling around in the mud.
He's just ignoring us. He's like, I'm just gonna hock a loogie at you and do my own thing.
That brings us to Kevin.
I'll yell like
So,
it's over here
just
playing in the mud.
for clarification, you just spend an action on Stone Rage, an action on Dodge, and then you move. That's your 3 actions.
Yep.
Kevin.
And I'm yelling out, this dude's just playing in the mud over here.
All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is shit, I organize. Oh yeah, I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself, which is a potency check, and I failed. I can't believe that.
I'm glad you failed, honestly, because every time I mess with the opacity settings, it crashes Adobe.
All right. Well, I did that to save you then.
Thank you.
100%.
I'm gonna give you inspiration for taking a roll to save me.
Okay, so that
It's
failed.
the
That
wrong
was
game.
one turn. That was one turn. Um, I think what I want to do is try and play a trick on this guy. So I'm gonna take one action that moves me where Henrik is at, and then I want to cast a create image spell that
4, 5. You got one more square of movement.
mm,
You can
what
stay
I
here.
want.
You can move any surrounding
Yeah,
areas.
I'll stick next to Henrik. But what I want to do is I want to create an image of us in the snot that might confuse this guy when he comes back to think that we're still in that
Sounds good.
snot
So,
pile.
is invisibility a special action?
Invisibility was a
Yes.
potency standard.
So yeah. So you can only use one special action per turn. So this illusion
But
though,
my
is it
illusion my illusion says it's a normal. Isn't
okay?
that something I can do?
Absolutely. So you create the duplicates of everybody inside of the still inside of the snot, but you're still standing here.
Yep. And then I think I'm done, right? I'm out of turns.
You've got yes, that is correct. Zara.
We just need to move up there with the rest of the group.
So I don't want to take away from anyone's agency, but I want to just clarify. You do want to move up here back into fireball formation, correct?
No more fireball formation.
Henrik,
Fireball
tactical
formation.
appraisal.
Yes.
Don't stand next to each other, but whatever.
Well,
Standing close to each other is what got you all trapped inside of this thing. That's all I'm going to say, and I don't want to take, like, please tell me what you want to do. I just
I
wanted to
gotcha.
point that out.
In which direction are we supposed to be headed, guys?
My
Back to
goal
camp.
is to try and get this guy to follow us north and see if we
Why?
can't get him to fight another guy. Because
Oh,
we want to
okay.
go. We want to go east.
So we want to go where he is.
Mm-hmm.
Then, where do you think there might be an opponent for him? Because see, I can send the pet scouting.
Well, I don't know, but my thought is like we haven't really been north in a while. I think one of the sessions that you weren't here, there was a whole bunch of little guys that we were able to kill that were north, but don't know if they've regenerated or regrouped or anything else. But he's clearly blocking the path of where we want. So
And Henrik,
not.
does your memory serve you to know if there's a big monster lurking?
There's a big guy that flies around. There's the big guy that was near camp. There's a really big guy that we shouldn't be running into yet. There's the big guys near the main tree. Now we should be fine. I mean, that's a good question. Does the dragon that was near our camp eat things like this guy?
You've
That's-
never seen him eat things like this guy. I
You
can't
know who-
answer that question for
We
you.
should ask that Nevin guy next chance we get.
That would be wise.
I'll go send the pet after Nevin so we can ask him.
Yeah.
I don't know where Nevin is.
Yeah, sadly.
He's doing his solo scouting routine.
Always wandering off by himself. Jerk.
It's still your turn, so you've got all of your actions.
Yes. I think, let's see. If I send my pet one square northward, is that going to put him back in the slime again?
Yes, but
I'll
he
have-
can go through your square as long as he doesn't land there.
Oh, okay. So, and do they move diagonal or just?
Yeah, they move anywhere.
Okay. So
It's not in
one,
the big black squares.
2, 3, hugging the wall. Oops, sorry, hugging the wall. And then I want to go
Wait, so you've still got 3 more movement with this guy.
3
You
more.
want to go 1, 2, 3?
Now, if we're supposed to be headed towards that dude and eventually going to fight, no. I'll cross the little water thing here and go towards that other black circle wall. There you go.
Okay, so that's 1 action for your pet, and he has 1 more action because of your
And
build.
probably, how many steps is in an action? Just one?
He can move up to here if you want him to.
No, not that far. I'll take a half a action and move him just right where it breaks.
Right
There
here?
you go. Yep, that's it. He can peek around the corner and maybe not be seen.
Now it's
And
your turn.
my actions will be to go where he is.
Right here? That's 1 action.
Oh, that's fine.
So you have 2 more actions.
I'm gonna turn invisible and then that's it. Don't want to do anything else.
Okay. Roll your potency. Someone roll your potency.
I gotcha. Hopefully you need. Well, I don't think I helped you. I rolled a potency for you, but I rolled a 12.
Ooh.
And the spell fizzles. You must still have Jyratodus snot in your waggly fingers.
Well, I have one more action then, so I'll try it one more time.
It's a
Reach down
special
and
action.
oh, that's right. Well, then I'll
Only
just bend.
perform 1 special action in a turn.
I'll bend over and wash my hands.
Okay. Sounds good. Top of the order. Guess who's come to dinner?
Crap.
So, Henrik, Kevin, you guys see this guy kind of walk on the land, lumbering, do, and then he does this really cool little, let's see, wait a minute. He does this little, it's like a catfish wiggling on land, but he goes really fast down to
What?
here.
That's too fast. That's not what I wanted to see.
All right.
I don't want to see him this close.
Hendrik, you're dodging, so add whatever your modified reflex, your half of your reflex to this.
Okay.
I rolled a 3.
If you add 4, it makes it a 7.
Okay, so that's still a hit for both of you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do 5 damage.
Ouch.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle,
That
wiggle,
was
wiggle,
that
wiggle,
was
wiggle.
for both of us. So I
That is
got
on
5
both
damage too.
of you. He does a drive-by attack. Like as he's doing this, his fins slap you as he walks just right
Can't-
by you.
So
I didn't like that.
I have shield other as a reaction. I can take Kevin's damage.
Go for it.
So I'm gonna do that. I'll spend an
5
action.
and 5.
All right. So Kevin,
I just erased the damage I just gave myself.
and it's a total of 5 before DR and all that shenanigans, right?
Right.
Okay. Doop.
So one thing that you notice that's different about him, he has a very thick coat of mud that is covering his entire body.
Oh God, that's right. This guy.
It looks like it might be mixed with snot because it looks very thick, much thicker than normal.
got
But
freaking snot armor. Look, I'll try and keep him busy, but you try and blow him up from the inside like last time.
Wasn't that Jago that blew him up last time?
yeah, it was.
was.
Jago's not here.
You guys all look the same to me.
Gee, thanks.
Racist much. Good thing TJ's not here. He already has a thing against humans.
Okay. So it went, right? And it did this thing to us. Is it doing more stuff to us?
No, that's it. It is now your turn.
Who's got the magic sword?
I have the magic sword.
Heiner has a magic sword.
Don't forget you have the magic sword.
I don't want to lose my magic sword on this dirty mud ball.
That can pretty much do what you want it to do, is my understanding.
That is an imperfect understanding,
Oh,
but it's not wrong.
I mean, drill a hole in the mud or chunk some of that mud
All right.
off. Or
Look, I'm gonna run by Kevin. I'm gonna use my hit and run to do a hit on this guy and get up towards its mouth, and I'm gonna tell Heiner to get the hell out of the way. Like, don't be near this thing.
About right there.
Yeah, so I'll do the hit and run as I'm going by with my movement.
So that means you can attack as part of your movement.
Yeah, I rolled a 4 out of 10.
Okay. That should be a critical. Do you have any critical effects you'd like to add to that?
I'm gonna try the stun for fun.
Okay.
Should I roll a damage then?
Yes.
I think it's 2d3.
And roll your potency to stun.
Okay. Oh, I have to roll potency? I didn't know how to do that.
Yes.
Okay, so I rolled a total of 3 damage and roll potency. Come on. Potency is a 10 on 10.
Okay, so it doesn't look like any of that damage went through. It got caught up in his mud armor, but it didn't stick. So you still have your sword. Just didn't look like any of that damage went through.
Okay. So that was my hit and run. So then I'm going to
I thought that was something private that you didn't
Yeah,
want
I
to
know.
share with the
Yeah, but that
group.
was more of a realization. I mean, some of it's just mud, okay? It's just mud. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
It's just not flavored.
I'm
Get
going
it?
to
Flavored to be like snot. Sorry,
I'm going
that
to
was a bad joke.
dodge, and then I'm going to use my backswing as my special for this round. Oh no, I can't.
Dodge and backswing.
No, I can't. I'm going to dodge. All I'm going to do is dodge because I used one of my action points for that reaction that I started off with, so I'm out.
Ah, good call. So you used a reaction in the last round, which means that it takes away from your actions this round.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you for
So
catching that because I forgot.
I'm dodging. I did my hit. I did my dodge. I'm good.
Kevin.
All right. So while I'm close to this dude, I'm gonna try and I can't be magical like Henrik and run away and attack at the same time. I don't have that skill. But I think I want to try and channel some confusion to this dude as I swing my magic sword at him. And I'm going to try and hit him in like the tail area. And what I'm hoping that does with the magic sword is makes him think that his tail is something that he should be attacking.
Okay, so you want to move to here?
Yeah, well, I think what I can do is I can move, attack with my sword, and then move again. Right? That's ultimately what I think I want to do with all
good.
three of my things. Okay. So in order to see if I'm successful with that, my sword is a 2d3, so I need to roll my 6-sided
Your
die.
12.
No.
You want to roll your 12-sided die and check it against your melee skill.
Okay. Well, critical success because I rolled a 1. Sorry, Gail, I keep rolling 12 when it's rolling for you and 1s when it's rolling for me. And then I need to roll my 2d3. So 1. I'm just gonna roll a d6 for that, and then I round. Do I round up 1 when I do 2d3 and roll a 6-sided die?
No, I'm sorry. What was the question?
So it's 2d3, but I don't have a 3-sided die.
So you roll a d6 and divide it by 2, or you can roll just a d6 straight to get a d3. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, well I rolled a 3, so that's why I was confused about divide by 2.
So that's a 2. So 1, 2 is 1, 3, 4 is 2, 5, 6 is 3.
Got it. Okay, so that's a 2. and then a 3. So
Alternatively,
5.
you could have Gale roll your damage for you, since she's got all the D3s. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Well, I damage it with 5, but it's less about the damage and it's more about like I want this guy to think that his tail is something he should be attacking.
Okay, do you have any enchantment type abilities or illusion type abilities that you would like to add to this?
I don't want to use a turn to do that though, because I got to get away.
I still need to know because this is going to be important as to how your sword is going to work the rest of the time that you hold it.
Okay. I mean, yes, I do. But let me figure out which enchantment one I want to use on this guy. If you're going to make it hold true to this forever.
Now, will he be able to pass that sword off to someone else?
Okay, so I'm going to
You're
try and
asking the
put.
wrong person. You're going to have to ask him about that.
Yeah,
That's between
I'm happy
y'all.
to do some weapons trades, but not right now.
No.
So
I didn't mean now, because then my follow-up question is, if what he rolls now, if he passes the sword off and it comes back to him, is it still held with that, or does he get to figure out what this sword does again?
That's a good question. Thanks for asking it.
okay, so I'm going to put some. You asked me what enchantment I'm going to
I'm
use.
sorry,
And
I
I'm
don't
gonna
mean to
use...
be a butthead, but I can't give that answer. It's going to take a little bit of research to get that knowledge, and in the middle of a fight's not the best time to do that.
Okay.
Why do we have to fight? Why don't we just try it?
Just stab something
okay,
with it.
so
See what
you
happens.
are. You're definitely trying that. I just need to know what you're trying.
So it's got. I'm going to put some feeble mind on it, which means that the target cannot use standard or concentration power.
Okay.
Well, my second choice, if I wanted to do, was charm or sleep, which means that the target's going to regard me as a friend, but I'm hitting it with a tail, so like it's transferring the perception of the enemy, of me being the enemy, to the tail, and
That's
it'll
fine.
regard
So
me as a friend.
I get the concept of what you're doing, and I'm 100% on board with it. I just want to know what type of spell you're putting through this.
Yeah, so if the feeble mind is supposed to be more
It's an
critical,
enchantment
then
spell, right?
yeah,
Yes.
these are both enchantment spells.
That's perfect. So just roll what you got. Does it require a potency? Is it a special action?
Yeah,
I just need to know those details.
potency check, standard. Both of them are standard potency.
Special, right? Okay. So yeah, make your
Yeah.
potency check.
All right, 7, and my potency is
Should be a
10,
10.
so success.
All right, excellent. So, it doesn't seem to be effective, but not because you didn't do well. But your sword starts glowing and resonating where it wasn't doing that before.
Okay.
And now you have another action.
Yeah, I'm going as close to the wall that the pet is at, but I don't know how far I can make it. I want to just like get further north.
You started here, you've got 6 movement. So you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that good?
There you go. That's where I want to be. Yep.
Did I say that right? 4, 5, 6. Right there. Bam. Excellent. Zara, it's your turn.
All right, I'm going to invoke haste, which will give me an extra action and a +2 to speed of the actions.
All right, you want to make that potency check for her, Kevin? Actually, I'll just take care of it. She's my mom. So you
Oh no,
failed.
I rolled a 1. No, I
Okay,
rolled a
well,
1.
we're gonna go with Kevin then.
Yeah, that's the one I want, son. Thank you.
All right. I'll remember this when it's nursing home time.
Oh.
All righty. And so I'm going to give that action to my pet,
Okay.
and my pet is going to stun blow this sucker.
1, 2, 3. So your pet moves up.
Yes, that'll be the action I just gave him. And so
Do you
he's
want to
got,
move to the tail? Do you want to move closer to the head? You've got a little bit more movement.
Towards the middle of the belly.
4, 5, 6. About right there?
That's fine.
Okay.
And then he's got his three actions to hit, right?
If you're giving him all of your actions, yes.
He had the extra one.
Yeah.
That I got
And
from
then you're
Hayes.
giving him your other actions, so that's 3. No, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. So
he has 3
one
of
action
his
to
own.
move. One action to move. He's got another action of his own, and then you have 2 more actions to get, 3 more actions to get. So God, you can load this guy with 5 actions. That seems broken, but okay. 5 actions. So I'm gonna roll these off real quick. Crit, miss, hit, hit, hit. All right. So you got 3 hits and 1 crit. So you're gonna roll all of that damage. One of those is gonna be a stunning blow, and the other ones are gonna be regular attacks.
Okay. And so this is what, 3 Ds?
2d3 times 4.
2d3 times 4. The first one is 3.
Okay.
The next one is 5.
Okay.
The next one is 3. And
Okay.
the other one got caught in the corner. 3.
Okay. So everything that was a 3 looks like it just kind of bounced right off of it. But that 5 looks like it did some damage.
And so now we got to know how much damage.
No. I know how much damage.
Oh.
Hey, everybody who's been attacking this guy should also have advantage on the attack. I keep forgetting.
That would have 1 more crit. So we'll give you a +2. So one of those 3s got bumped up to a 5. That's just extra damage. So that's good. So
and is that my +2 also added from the haste?
You don't get a +2 to damage from haste.
For action, okay.
Yeah, that's all of your actions.
Okay.
Okay, it is now his turn. He wants to bite Henrik. He critically succeeds at biting Henrik.
Well, I have dodge. If that helped me, him not
I
crit.
rolled a 1, so 1 + 4 is 5.
Yeah.
Okay, he does not critically succeed at hitting Henrik, but he does hit.
Take it.
So you were able to lessen that crit to a regular hit.
Okay.
Congratulations. 3, 4 damage. Doesn't do anything to you, does it?
He chews on me quite a bit. I mean,
All right.
I make some noises of discomfort for sure.
Stick that stone foot of yours in his mouth and let
That's
him
probably,
chew
he
on
probably
that.
bit the foot.
All right, and then he's going to tail slap Zara's pet, and he critically succeeds on that for minimum damage. That's great. 4 damage to your pet. Do you have damage reduction of any sort up?
Uh,
I think you don't, because
I
you have
think
to have that ability to do it.
yeah, I
and you
don't. I
didn't
don't.
use that ability. So okay, so 4 damage to the pet. Then it's going to
No end then.
Henrik's favorite ability, the hip check.
No.
Henrik, okay, so your dodge
Yeah.
definitely saved you on this one, but it's still going to hit.
Okay.
Both of you are minimum. Well, okay, that's not minimum damage. It's 2 damage. Great. So that's going to be 4. 4 damage total.
So he's throwing me around. I'm getting bumped.
He's trying to.
In bad ways. Looks like that armor applies to both of us.
All right, Henrik, you're up.
All right. I think I learned my lesson. Sheath the sword, yaijutsu, and then dodge.
Okay. Spin an action to put your sword away, just so you can do a ninja focus and then a slash,
Yep.
then dodge in your turn dodge. So make your hit.
Here we go. Come on. I got a 3 on the die, under 10.
Okay, it's a crit.
Did I get any sense whether the bell ringer had any effect when I used it, or is this thing
It
simply
did
too
not.
big? Okay, then I will take all the extra
It
damage.
bounced. It bounced off his armor. It didn't. It didn't actually hit him.
Oh, because I didn't actually do damage, so it didn't work. So are you saying that? So you may not be actually telling me the answer, but I'm going to ask if you are, and that is, if I did damage, might it have taken effect?
I can't answer that question.
All
You've
right,
never fought this guy before.
all right. If I can choose the crit effect, I'm gonna choose. I'm gonna roll the die. Do I have to decide on what my crit effect is before I see the damage I do?
I'm gonna say no, just because I love you and I'm nice.
Okay. I'm gonna roll damage, which is just a straight D12, I think. Yeah, it is.
Max damage.
Exact opposite. I rolled a 1.
Excellent.
So I will take the critical effect of extra damage just for funsies.
Yay. What is
So
extra damage? Is that a D3?
no, it's just the crit
The
effect.
standard. Okay,
The
okay.
standard
So
effect.
you
So
you went up to 3 damage.
yes.
Yay.
But did I actually get through all the slime and armor and stuff?
No.
No? Despite the crit and
Sorry.
everything else? Okay.
It went through his damage reduction, not his resistance.
Okay. They're different things. All right.
They are different things.
Booey. Booey on this critter. This is gonna take some work,
On this.
folks. Somebody chip
Uh,
off the armor.
Kevin, I mean, you guys are doing a pretty good job. It looks like it's starting to flake away, at least on this side. Kevin, from where you're standing, his armor looks completely intact.
That doesn't make me feel good. But it's my turn.
It is your turn.
All right, let's figure out what things I have that are long range, and let's do this.
Do you have any like area effect spells? Maybe you can hit them. Do we know whether this whole multi-hitbox thing is in effect?
I mean, yeah, you fought plenty of monsters.
So is this a multi-hitbox kind of situation?
He takes up multiple hitboxes. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, so area of effect stuff is also a good idea as long as you don't involve
I
us,
understand
Kevin.
your question now. You don't know, but you can. You've seen him move. He looks like he's making movements out of multiple parts of his body, so it's a safe assumption.
Okay.
So would that be like a cone?
So a cone, a ball, a whatever.
But I don't have one that's long.
I'm trying to think. What would I be yelling out in the moment? Look, if we're not all gonna beat on the exact same part, blow them up. That's what I say. I'm not into great direction giving here, apparently.
All right, all right. I mean, I hear what you say. Okay, so I think what I want to do is I'm going to use a ranged force bolt attack for a standard, and then I'm going to shoot my bow right afterwards, and then I'm
Okay,
going
so
to
you're
not.
gonna have to spend an action to either pull your bow, which means you're gonna have to drop your sword or spend an action to put it away.
Shit. All right. Yeah, I'm putting my sword away because I don't want to get close to him. He's going to shoulder bump me.
Okay, so that's an
And,
action to put that away.
okay. Then
I don't
I
know,
am
roll a
going
reflex check. If you critically succeed, I'll let you stow and draw an action in one action. Or stow and draw a weapon in one action. I
I
mean,
got
it's not gonna
excited.
hurt you.
I thought it was a 1, but it's a 7, so I failed.
Okay, so no big deal. So yeah, it'll take you 2 actions.
All right, so one action to put away my sword. Second action, I want to use my force bolt ranged attack, which is a
So a range check.
yep, 5 of 9. So that's just a regular success. And then I need to. Last time you asked Jago to give you damage scores, but I don't know how to roll for that because I don't know what I'm supposed to have for that. Or does it just automatically succeed because it's a heavy damage item?
It's a 3d3.
So roll a 6 twice. So first one is a 2.
You're gonna roll a 6 3 times.
Oh. The first one was a 3, so that's actually a 2. Second one was a 1, so that's actually a 1. And the last one's a 6, which is actually a 3. So total of 6.
Correct. And you're doing it on this side of him?
Well, I'm just going towards the top.
Okay. So you've done 6 damage, and we also need to determine what element you're using because force is not going to be a thing moving forward.
Well, my character's going to die once the new characters are ready to go. So.
No, I mean just pick an element.
It's electricity.
Oh, perfect. So 6 damage, and it looks like it's super effective.
All right, and then I think
To your third action.
I'll take out my bow. My crossbow.
Okay, take out your bow. Excellent. Zara, we're on you.
Alrighty. Does what is my pet's shield made out of?
I don't know. Shield material.
Metal?
Sure.
Looks like turtle shell to me.
Turtle shell? Okay. So I'm going to haste again for the extra.
You don't need to. It's a concentration, which means it's still up.
Oh. So do I get another round of the extra action and +2 to speed in action?
Yes, you do.
Okay, then there you go.
It's a total of 6 actions. I'm sorry. Yeah. 4 for you and 2 for the pet.
Okay, I'm confused because my pet gets 3 like I do anyway.
No, your pet gets 2.
Always? Because he's
Always.
up to this point he got 3 like I did.
No.
Okay, then I misunderstood. I thought he got
I might
like
have been calling it wrong. But yeah,
okay.
he gets 1 action, and you upgraded him to get 2 actions.
Oh. Well, I misunderstood it. Okay, I mean, okay.
So you have 4, he has 2, and you can feed him your actions.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to this time. I want him to put up his shield for counter thrust.
Okay.
Okay, I gotta add, does that only counterattack what he does, or does it just counterattack whatever happens?
Whenever he hits you, you can counterattack.
Whenever the monster hits?
It's your pet. You can counterattack.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what I'm wanting to do. I'm wanting to, because I don't think I'm at the right angle quite to shoot towards Rick without hitting him. I mean, I don't know how tall this thing is.
Very
and what
tall.
I want, huh?
Very tall.
I want to take my actions, my elemental bolt, and just fire at him. But I was going
absolutely.
to bank. I was going to try and bank it off the shield so it'll go straight into his side rather
You can
than just...
you can see his side.
Okay. But I didn't want to hit.
You won't.
Rick. Okay.
It's a bolt, not a burst, right?
It is a bolt.
So yeah, you don't have to worry about hitting Rick.
Okie doke. So with my 3, I need 3d3 times 3.
First off, we need to roll it. So That's a 12. That's going to be a miss.
What, my whole idea?
Should have let
The
me
bulk
roll it,
part of
Gail.
I know, I should have.
Look, we can do
Yeah,
that. If you want him, if you want Kevin to roll for you, then I will step
but
back.
he controls the nursing home, so there you go.
I'd
All right,
never
all
hold
right.
that. Remember, we already have a beach plan. Remember,
That's
you're covered.
so what did we just do that I lost?
We can take that back, and you can have Kevin roll for you.
No, 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 no. A roll's a roll. It's okay. I just don't know what we rolled for. I thought I would.
You rolled the elemental bolt to hit the critter, and you missed him.
Oh, well, I need to do that 3 times then, don't I?
It's a special action. You only do it once.
But I have 3 turns.
But you can only do a special action once per turn.
Oh, snap. Crap. Man, I had this all planned out. There it went.
So you're down to 3 actions.
Let's see. I need to.
Okay, hang on. Time out. I'm sorry. I've got so much stuff I'm trying to keep track of. Henrik
I
has
know.
hit this guy. So you get pack tactics. So that 12 would have been a 10. That actually would have hit.
Okay.
Wait, what's your range score?
10.
Yeah. So that would have hit. So go ahead and roll the damage on that. I'm sorry. Try to
It's
remember
okay.
you're attacking Henrik's monster, which means you get advantage.
Okay. So I need 3d3.
Correct.
2, 3, 4.
4 damage. All right. That armor looks like it is almost completely flaked off.
Is this on one side only?
On one side only.
And is it near me or is it near the pet only?
It's on you, near you.
Okay.
It's your side of the monster.
Oh,
The
so
left side.
we're playing left side, right side. Okay.
Left flank. Whatever.
Works for me.
So Zara has 3 more actions. Her pet has 2 more actions.
Goodness gracious. Well, my pet can try for the stun blow again, attack and stun the target, tenacity save for half. I don't know what that meant, but
Do you want to spend all 5 actions hitting this guy?
may as well. He does a better job at it than I do, since that
One
I
crit.
think that was my only hit that I
1 hit. 2 hits. 1 miss. That's crit. And okay, so we got 2 hits and 2 crits and 1 miss. So you're gonna roll that damage 4 times.
And this one's 2 of them, right?
Correct.
3, 2. Woo, 6. That's one of my crits.
So that
And 4.
6. So first off, hang on. So that 6 knocks off the layer of mud on the left side.
Okay. Then the rest of them ought to go into his flesh, correct?
We'll find out.
And what was the last attack?
4.
All right. You hit him with the 4, and that's going to be your crit, and it stuns him. But it doesn't look like any damage went through.
Well, he's stunned, so go for it. Henrik?
Well,
No?
kind of. So he's got a lot of actions, and he basically is down 1. So with the flaking of the armor, because he's stunned, he's not allowed. He can't attack Henrik. He's going to slide off into the mud or into the water.
Am I allowed to steal an action from my next turn in order to hit him as he goes? Because I have that sentinel-like ability.
Yes,
All right, then I just
because you have that action, not because it's just built in.
All right. So that's a 4 out of 10.
Crit.
And for damage, it's a total of 4, and it's already
You
been.
want to do the extra damage?
Yeah, I'll do the extra damage.
Got it.
So parting shot, but this guy is sneaking off into the water.
And it looks like it goes through his damage reduction. Some of it.
Okay. That beast
All right.
is hard to get to.
Henrik, it is your turn.
We have this thing on the run. The question is whether we can catch it or not. Everybody okay? Just trying to get like a visual check. Does anybody look like massively bloody, beat up, etc.? I'm not trying to end combat. I'm just trying to assess.
You took all my damage that was there, like, so.
Okay.
You know that I am unscathed.
Well, I've been face to face with a big old beastie, and I assume I couldn't see over it. So for all I know, you got fish slapped by its tail a few times. So that being the case, then I will run after it, but I'm still going to use dodge because I am not that dumb.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep, that works for me.
And then dodge for your third action.
Yes, sir.
Kevin.
All right, I'm gonna go straight north because these little mud things, right? Those are like hills. What are those?
They're just rocks.
Rocks.
This right here is just a rock that you could stand on if you want to.
I like it. Okay. So that's one action that I've taken so far to get where I am.
Correct.
And then I'm gonna just go to like between the rock and the little ravine and the lake bed thing. So like
right here?
No, up 3 and left 2. There you go. Right there. No, not right there. There you go, that one. And now I'm going to use my bow. It's not going to work because this freaking mud thing is right next to me.
That is true. The mud is on the right side.
My bow ain't going to do any good. All right. Sort this.
Actually, I wonder if I could do this. Hang on. So if I do this, put this back on, I shrink it. There. Oh, that's perfect.
That'll help.
It's almost like I designed it that way.
It makes it look cooler, but it doesn't help me.
Hey, I'm just gonna say, like, that electric attack did more in one attack than Henrik and Zara and Zara's tank did in 2 rounds.
All right, I'll bolt him again from the top. I'm gonna get him. All right, so I need to roll a d12
for your range.
I rolled a 2 of 9, so critical.
Excellent.
And then this is 3d3, right?
Correct.
Because it says heavy. All right, 1. 4 means that it's a 2. 1. So a total of 4, but because it was critical, I add 2 to that, right?
Correct.
So total of 6 damage on that bad boy.
So not only did his armor like just completely flake off on that side, it looks like that electric shock dug into his skin and left like a ozone scorch mark on his hide. So you not only knocked out his armor, but you did some damage to him. That completely bypassed his damage reduction.
Cool. My turn's over.
Zara.
All righty.
Still hasty. Still hasty.
Okay. I need to get closer to him. I need to touch him.
Can you get that close?
Because I want to
5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So this will be 3 actions to move right there, and you can touch his tail.
okay.
Catch Tiger by the tail.
And so I
Fortunately-
have
But
I have one more left.
Yes.
oh yeah, because of
Okay.
haste.
I'm going to I'm debating between Drain Essence and Festering Wound. I think I understand the Drain Essence, but I don't understand Festering Wound. Turn damage taken by the target into wounds.
That is correct.
So he is damaged.
He has 4 damage on him.
And then the other one, damage the target and heal me, but I'm not in any danger. So I want to fester his wound by touch.
Okay. Make it happen.
So my potency is 10.
Do you critically succeed? Do you want to add any extra effects to that?
Critically, yes, I can add Feeble Mind so that he can't do anything back.
No special actions.
Correct. Special or concentration.
Very good.
And
So, and you turn one of his things into wound. So roll a d3 because you critically. Oh no, you used your critical effect. Okay. So you turn one of his points into a wound. He is still conscious.
Those will pile up though. That's in our favor. Keep doing that if you can.
it's a special. That's the only one I could do.
Now your pet has 2 actions.
So, well, he's going to have to take one of them to get there, or 2 of them to get there.
Does that look good?
It does.
All right. It's his turn.
Oh, he's not close enough. Oh, he's
Oh no.
He's rolling around in the mud.
No. He's recoding.
oh crap.
That dude's got a lot of snot. That's all I'm saying.
Henrik, your turn.
Okay.
He
So I
spent
wanna-
his whole action rolling around in the mud.
I want to assess
Well-
the situation a little bit here. I feel like we were hit. The act of hitting it was like flaking off armor, and really what we needed to do was just do a massive amount of damage. Is that fair, or is it working differently when he's armored up?
Aren't they both the same thing? You have to get through the armor to get to him to deal massive damage. You need massive damage to get through both.
But so
Massive damage is always the answer in this case.
I guess there's a difference between, will a lot of little cuts take off armor as quickly as one big cut? If you do 12 points of damage, does it matter whether it's all at once or if it's three sets of 4 in terms of taking the armor off?
Notice that the magic number for his physical resistance in armor seems to be 3.
All right.
So you need the first 3 points of damage you do
don't matter.
are not going to be effective.
So the first 3
every
points
attack.
aren't doing anything. It's everything past 3 that helps get the armor off.
Correct.
Okay, so then it's run up to his tail, stow a sword, draw a sword, yajitsu.
Okay, make it happen.
And I'm gonna look to the right. I'm like, Zara, back up before you get whacked. That's a 3 under 10 for Yaijutsu.
So that is going to be a critical.
All right.
Assume
so
you're going
now
to take the extra damage.
I'm going to take the extra damage. I'm going to try not to roll a 1. I'm going to use a different die and everything. No, because I used a different die that had not rolled a 1 yet, I rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1. 3 damage. Jatsu strike bounces off of the snot armor. That's Henrik. Kevin.
Okay, so he's snotty, and how deep is this water that's in front of me?
Gets pretty deep.
Hmm.
You saw this guy rolling around in it, and you could still see him rolling. So it looks like it's maybe about waist to chest high at certain points on
Alright.
you.
Okay.
If you have a long range attack, you can still use it at medium range.
I want to try and lift that rock with levitate and drop it on him.
I'm not saying that you can't use a telekinetic attack against him. You're just not going to lift an entire boulder and drop it on his head. Actually, I don't know. It looks like it'd be really tough. I'd give you 2 levels of disadvantage, but I'd say you could do it if you rolled really low.
Okay. I
Sorry,
want to try it.
trying to not say no.
Yeah,
Because
I
that
want
was
to
a
try
good
it.
idea, and I want to reward that.
I want to try it, so I'll roll because it's a potency on telekinesis. So, did I lose my? Oh no, I picked up my 20-sided dice twice. Okay, so it's a potency check for my telekinesis to lift this boulder at medium range. And I rolled a 2 over a 10, so I think I got a critical success.
Wait, 2 plus 4 is 6. Is not it? So you're able to lift the boulder and you're able to hit him with it, but not critically. So we'll say that it's going to deal heavy damage.
3, 1, 2. It's total of 6.
Okay.
Boulder on the
damage
head for 6
to its
damage.
head, and because it's physical in its nature, not all of it goes through. But because you're attacking the head and it's a big rock, it looks like the damage was equally applied to both sides. So, hey, good job.
All right. So I think I am going to. All right. I can do a standard, though, right? I'm going to do an illusion and make myself invisible. And I'm going to move closer. So I need to roll for invisibility. And that is 9 of 10, so it's successful.
Pray I don't
And
crash.
Well, you don't need to actually make me invisible. I'm feeling invisible.
See,
Cool.
look, you're transparent.
All right, and then I'm gonna use the last part of my turn to get to the move up 1 stream. So just to the next fork of the stream, right there.
Sounds good. Zara.
Yes, I would. I still have my haste. I would like for my gotcha. All right, so I'm going to move my pet up to ahead of me.
So 1, 2, 3, right here.
That's fine. That's fine.
That's 1 action.
Right, and on the transfer a wound, the touch of fatigue. Is it just 1 wound at a time?
What does it say?
Transfer a wound to a target.
So yes, it'll be 1 wound.
Okay.
And we talked about this. I'm gonna let you actually channel.
So I've got wounds on me.
Okay.
From before, so they'll be they're my wounds. So but I did remember that.
So if you critically could succeed, I'll let you roll a D3 to transfer that many wounds.
Oh, okay. But I want to try to see if he can stun this, just in case. I don't.
So stun has been tried before, and while this armor's on, it doesn't seem like it's being very effective. It seems like you have to get through the mud to be able to stun him.
All right. Well, then I'll just I need to roll, but somebody needs to roll a D12.
And I rolled a 7, so you hit, but you don't crit.
Okay, that's my potency.
Yes.
And so a 1D3.
No, just a regular hit. So that's going to be 1 wound that you give him.
Oh, gotcha.
So take 1 wound off of your character sheet, and I am transferring it to him. And it looks like it goes through the mud, and he is still conscious. Too many more wounds, he's going to start rolling at disadvantage on a whole bunch of stuff.
I've got 3 more wounds.
Is that a normal action?
It is.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
That would be a 6 out of 10. So you got 1 more wound on him, and then that your third action would be a 2. Well, doesn't really help, but we're gonna go ahead and say it will. So roll a D3.
1.
Okay, so you don't have any more wounds on your character, and you have able to transfer all 3 of those wounds to him.
Ooh,
That's nice.
that is some bad news for that dude.
And he is still conscious.
Still, that you put us in a good place.
So if I touched his anal sphincter, could it have gone?
You gave
He's
him
gonna-
necrotic rot in his anal sphincter.
Oh, no.
I'm not even going to tell you the quality of the snot that
might be
comes
getting
out of
past
that.
some people's daytime, bedtime.
All right.
So does he have his
still
armor
got
still?
1 more action.
I'm sorry.
You still have 1 more action. Your pet has 2. No, your pet has 1.
We're both backing the hell up.
All right. Henrik stands alone.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Unless you need help from the pet.
Do you want to back up this far?
Oh gosh, no. No, not even close. I just want to get out of tailspin range or something.
Like right
That's
there?
good, yes. Henrik, do you need any help?
How about here for your pet?
I'm
Yes,
good right now.
Okay.
All right. Top of the order. After his refreshing mud bath.
I should have backed up. Now I realize that he's next to a source of replenishment. He doesn't even have to run anymore.
Henrik.
I'm grunting this stuff out loud like, we should have backed up. Damn it. Yeah.
You're dodging, right?
I walked up, I stowed, I drew. No, I am not dodging this round. This is the round that's gonna hurt.
Yep. This is the round that's gonna hurt. 2, 4 plus 3 is 7 damage.
I will mark it down. 7 of the regular kind of damage.
Yep.
1. All right. 2. Got it.
Did he pick you up and take you with him?
Oh, does that mean he got me? No, I'm going in the water? Oh, I'm gonna freak the fuck out now. Don't put me in the water.
In the slobber?
Slobber water? It's not only water, it's slobber water?
He bites you. He picks you up because he critically succeeded. He grabbed you. He turned around, put you at the bottom of the water, and snotted on top of you.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Henrik, it is now your turn.
And
All
you've
right.
got that
Make
stone
an
foot.
athletics check to not swallow water and snot.
Okay. How long till I start suffocating?
It's a good question. What'd you make?
Okay. What am I rolling? I'm trying to roll under something.
So you're rolling athletic, or you're rolling tenacity.
Okay. It's all the same. That's a 7
First.
out of 8.
Okay, so that's great. You are not at disadvantage. Now you're going to have to start rolling athletics to get out.
And I'm underwater. But just from my own personal experience, how long before I start drowning?
No one's ever come close to drowning.
Okay. I'm not
So
worried.
you're going to take this at disadvantage because you're underwater,
All right.
but you're effectively holding your breath.
That's a 7 under 8, which is a 9 over 8. So
So you stay put. That's one action.
can I just make with the stabbing from here without doing anything else, or is my only option to move and
You
get
are
out?
covered in snot. You will need to make an athletics check to be able to do anything.
So I have to succeed on the athletics check, which doesn't cost me an action in order to do something else, which I also
So
have to
the
try to do.
athletics check is your action. If you succeed, you get to do something else with it.
At the cost of another action?
No.
Okay. Move or
You're being
stab.
restrained. You're trying to loosen your restraint so you can make an action. To
I'm
do
just
that, we
trying
need to determine every action what you're doing.
fudge. No, this is how you die in the water. No, I'm trying to get out of here. So I'm gonna do my best to get out of here. That's what I'm doing. That's a 5, which disadvantage is a 7, which is under 8.
Okay, so you can either attack him at disadvantage or you can move one square.
I'm gonna move one square and try to do my best to get out.
Which way?
I like diagonal down to the right because it makes me feel like I'm halfway out.
So you got one more action. You need to make an athletics check.
Make an athletics check at disadvantage to get out. All right, let's make with the getting out. Getting out or dodge? Getting out. No, get out first. He's just gonna put me back in it. Jerk. That's a 6 with a disadvantage is 8 out of 8.
That's still a move, or it works. So you can move one square. You are now free. Congratulations. Do the happy dance.
Woohoo!
Still no closer to anybody drowning. One day I'll get you, Gadget. Next time. Next time.
All right, I'm good.
All right, Kevin. Mr. Invisible.
He still has his mud, right?
He still has his mud right.
This is lame.
Zap him
I
with
want his
that
mud to
electricity.
fall. But then I won't be invisible anymore.
Oh.
I wasn't thinking enough. I was too enthralled with what was happening. All right. I will sacrifice my invisibility to zap the shit out of this guy. And I need to roll to do that. So I'm no longer invisible because I am going to force bolt him.
Time out. Doesn't somebody have one of those bombs in their backpack?
I got no bombs in my backpack.
Henry, weren't you the one that collected the
Yep.
bombs?
I got a bomb in my backpack. This guy is not big enough for me to waste a bomb on.
Okay.
He's just annoying.
All right. So for my force bolt, I'm 99% sure. I'm just checking. It's a ranged check. Ranged is 9, and I rolled a 3, which means that is just a success, right? That's not critical. That's just
That is a critical success.
Okay.
If your skill is 9 and you rolled a 3, anything that's half of your skill or lower is a critical.
Oh, I thought the gap was 6, but okay. All right, so 3 means that it's a 2, 4 means that it's a 2, 3 means that it's a 2. So total of 6 damage on that guy.
Now, you use lightning damage in the water. You can get roll another D3.
Does Henrik get lightning damage
2.
in the water?
2 is a 1 or 2 is a 2?
2 is a 2, so I rolled a 4.
Wait, what? You rolled a 4. Okay, so that's 8 damage total, all lightning, all on the head. And because it's in water, I'm gonna say
The armor comes off.
the armor comes off.
All right, so he doesn't have armor anymore. I don't really have any other really good attacks, but I'm close enough where I can stun him.
That was your special action.
Ah, I can't stun him anymore. I'm just going to chill. I'm going to hold on to my actions so that I can react if he does something.
Okay,
Now that I'm not
sounds
invisible.
good. Zara.
Henrik, how many wounds do you have?
Wounds?
Yes.
Wounds are the crosshatches, the really bad news, right?
Correct.
I got none.
Ah, come on. Give me a wound or two. I can
He's
get
got
between.
damage.
I can cut you.
Yeah,
You
but
can heal him and then take that wound.
That's true. That's
do
something.
what?
If you heal me, if you heal the damage that I have, it will turn into a wound, and then I'll have a wound for you to steal.
I'll do it.
So Zara, under haste, is going to move up here.
I need to be one more die. I need to be where I can touch the thing so I can touch him, Henrik and him transfer.
You can't. There's too much space between you. So with that said, where do you want to be next to Henry?
Well, that was why I wanted to be next. It's okay. It doesn't matter. I'll just take the wound from him and then walk up.
All right, so potency check to heal Henrik in combat is successful, just barely at a 9 out of 10. Henrik, you have healed all of your damage at the cost of 1 wound. I need you to make a check to stay conscious.
Stay conscious. That's a 4. I'm conscious.
4 out of what?
8 for tenacity.
Excellent. Henrik is conscious. He is healed of all of his damage, and Zara is going to take his wound from him.
Correct.
All right, you take the wound. So, Henrik, you are healed and unwounded.
This is refreshing
The
water.
wound transfers to Zara,
I'm gonna have
and she has 2 actions left.
I have a different opinion about water now.
And my pet has 2,
2
correct?
actions. Correct.
Now I know I can give him some of mine. Can I take some of his?
Wounds?
No. He doesn't have any wounds. He's got a lot of damage. He doesn't have any wounds yet.
So we can do this. We can have your pet move up.
Okay.
You can only do 1 special in a turn, so you can't heal him. But that would be a very, very good move.
Well, thanks for the thought. All right. Well, let me just snap. Let me just touch a fatigue this guy and.
So you're going to move up to him.
Correct.
1, 2, 3, 4, and touch his flipper.
Yep.
It's a melee or a potency, right?
Potency.
That's a critical. Yes. So roll a d3.
2.
Hey, it's better than not a 2. You give him 2 wounds, and now he's taking disadvantages. And he's still conscious. Just barely.
Oh, my pet. If he's barely conscious, let's see. The pet can move up and
1, 2, 3, 4, and get 1 attack.
So I've got special written out to the side. I forgot what that is.
A special type of action. You can only do one per turn.
Oh,
Your pet
okay.
can still do his.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna go try for the stunning blow again. Because
All right.
it will attack and stun, and maybe it'll get a little damage in there since he's
10 on
unconscious.
10. That's a hit.
And what wait a minute, 2d3s, right?
Correct. He rolled a 1 to stay conscious. I mean, yeah, whatever. He's good.
3.
But not as good as he was before. So the 3 damage does not penetrate his hide, his damage reduction, but the stun did go off. He looks like he's got stars in his eyes and swirls. Congratulations.
Explain to me tenacity save for half.
So a stun would take 2 of his actions if he fails his tenacity, but if he passes his tenacity, it only takes 1 of his actions.
Gotcha.
All right, top of the order.
Oh no, here comes a roll. Oh, he's swimming away. Okay, so he went by, which means I should be able to get a hit in while he goes by.
That is correct.
All right, I will take a swing. That is a 4 out of 10. It's a crit, and the damage is minimum damage. 2 plus 2 is 4 total.
And it does not look like all of that went through.
Yeah.
Actually, it doesn't look like any of that went through. Top of the order, Henrik.
How far off screen did that dude swim?
I don't know. He's out of view.
He's out of view? Well, first things first, get out of the water.
1, 2.
Is Kevin visible?
Kevin is visible.
I'm gonna take like the full 5 steps onto land. Like I don't need to be near the edge of the water.
3.
That's not good news.
Still got 2 movement.
Yeah, keep going like diagonal and down. Down
4,
1 over
5.
1. All right, good. Dodge is number
Dodge.
2. And then it's look about in a very serious way. Try to figure out where the hell this guy went. Get out of the water.
You can see him through this.
Oh, that way. Okay. He went that way. Start running that way.
All right, Kevin.
So I think
Actually,
I get to move
I want to
5.
call it. So we're at 2 hours.
Okay.
That could be the session, and we could pick up next time, or we could hunt this guy down and murder him and all of his babies.
No, I'm ready to debrief.
Okay.
All right, so that's a good place to call it. How did it go?
Ooh.
Did you guys have fun?
Yeah, I liked the call out that Gail had about cooperating. It kind of made me think about what my actions were doing with everybody else.
I must say, I think that everyone did an excellent job in this fight. Some of the rolls weren't in your favor, but everyone found strategies that were effective, and it went a lot smoother than I'd planned.
Ah.
I hope it felt like it was frustrating. But even with understanding it was supposed to be a frustrating fight, you guys handled it very smoothly.
Good. Thank you. Give us our experience now.
Everybody gets 1 experience.
I'm gonna take it and be happy about it.
Yeah.
All right, write the date down.
1 experience for a milestone or an event is standard. You know, so I'm not trying to shortchange you. Like,
No,
You got
I'm
got
just
the
kidding.
full experience from that fight.
I got
Even though the fight's not over, you got full experience from that part of the fight.
I think it went way much better. Way much better.
So was in retrospect, now that everybody's kind of figured out some things and people are blowing off armor with rocks and electricity and stuff, was there more communication needed during the battle? Should there have been, was I supposed to target something or do something differently? I'm just curious. From anybody else's perspective?
No, I didn't think you. I think you did just fine.
I
I
feel
mean,
like
what
there
else
was an
could
opportunity I missed, but I don't know what it was.
what else could you have targeted? He was covered unless you wanted to get up and go for his eyeballs or something. But he was covered in mud.
I just
See, that's what I
there was
even asked about, like the underbelly, or is there a soft spot? And he said no, he's covered in mud.
I just feel like you guys blew the armor off of him twice, and the second time I didn't take advantage of it at all, but I don't know if I missed the opportunity or forgot.
The only thing I can imagine you could have done differently was delayed your turn until after Kevin went.
So sync up a little better. Like, okay. All right, instead of thinking of my contribution as chipping off a bit, think of it as a 1-2 punch. Okay. That's
But
fair.
again, I thought it went very well. I'm not mad at anybody. Except for Zara for not having a D12. But that's probably a miscommunication on my part.
Well, I would like some D12s that roll higher for damage. I guess I need some that roll low for hitting and high for damage. I need to get more dice.
That's
Let's
my
see.
answer to cooked
More
dice.
dice. More dice.
To what dice?
Cooked dice.
Oh,
Yeah. Cheat more is what I heard. Got it.
yeah. I thought I had it all handled by getting all these D3s because I could just double up or what, but I guess I had to go get a 12. Unless we swap rolling. Somebody roll my 12s and I'll roll a bunch of little D3s and you can get more damage that way, maybe.
It's a good idea.
There's a thought.
All things are within the realm of possible.
What about you, Kevin?
Are you answering the question about was there anything that you could have done differently? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I'm just like, if thoughts, observations. I
Oh,
feel like the water plus electricity was cool, but I wasn't sure what that netted out. I think what you blew off its armor was the bonus effect.
He did a lot of
yeah.
damage. He did extra damage in the water.
I mean, I laid out what I thought my strategy would be. Is like I wanted to do more of like the deception stuff. It still didn't work the way I wanted it to, but I tried, and so
No,
I
I
was
thought
getting more creative with how I was trying to get the monster to react.
yeah, there were good attacks. And in fact, that first attack that you did from invisible, you had advantage on it, but since you're already critted, like I couldn't really give you more crit. Like you did, and you did extra damage. So it played out well, in my opinion. You're and I like the fact that you're trying to do different things, and now your sword is resonating as a result of it.
Yeah, so like I felt like it was good from a we're operating as a team. I felt like it was good from a let's get creative on how we approach the problem. I think this monster was interesting. The mud thing is interesting. I'm trying to think how I'm going to use my snot in the future. Don't know what I'm going to do with that.
I think it would
But
make a really good glue.
I'm hoping to be able to find something to do with the snot that is fun.
I liked
And
your imagination with turning him against himself with his tail. Because you and I have a lot of similar spells and things. I don't think I had that one, but even if I did, I don't believe I would have thought of that.
Under normal situations, that wouldn't have worked, but because he had his sword, it did something. maybe a little bit of research later will tell you what that something is.
I think I'm gonna have to hand off my sword, and we're gonna have to answer the question that you were asking, Gail, of like what happens after all it changes hands. Does it just keep building on new skills, or does it? Yeah. I mean, this was fun.
Yeah, because at the beginning he had to ask, what is this sword going to do for you if you were in possession of it? So I'm thinking that whatever it does for you, it's not going to do that with me. It'll do what I wanted it to. But then didn't you roll for it to do something? And Bird said
Yeah.
that's going to be the way it's going to be from now on. But if you hand it off, I want to know, does that change? Does it change every time it changes owners? Or,
These are questions that do have answers.
okay, we're going to play Swordsies next week.
So I want to talk about the monster mechanics for a minute, if you guys don't mind.
I'm good.
Go for it.
What do you guys think?
Well, the mechanics are still somewhat opaque to me. I mean, from what I could figure out, this thing had a blade of armor. Like, we had to do a certain amount of damage to it before it would take damage.
Correct.
Right. We had to blow off chunks basically, right? And it had the ability to reapply said chunks. That's all I figured out so far, really. I think what you also mentioned was that you had to do at least 3 points of damage before you even took a chunk off. So the first 3 didn't count. Anything past 3 actually counted for taking something out of it. And then once all its armor was off, it was a new situation which still involved some sort of DR or resistance.
DR.
And it could reapply armor. So I mean, it had some mechanics that were interesting. Did anybody have a different take on what was going on there? It took me a while to catch on.
Like I understood it to be like, in my head, it was like a tank armor or like a bulletproof vest where like the plates might come out, and there's like one on the left and one on the right. So that's the way I understood it. It's like left side, right side armor. And then it was weird that like once it felt vulnerable, that fucker just ran. Once the armor was gone, like the next turn he's like, I'm out of here.
It's like, screw this noise. I think that part was great, honestly.
And
Yeah,
runs fast.
that is a tactic that he has and employs because he's not just a dumb monster waiting to sit around and die. Yeah, but he had to get to the water to do that, and he has to spend a full turn doing flips to get the armor back up. So that was like a balance thing that I threw in to give you guys a chance to either tactically to retreat or continue after him.
Yeah, it gives you a catch-up opportunity.
He's not as aggressive as some of the other monsters that you fought. Like the Barrett, he's a smart monster, but when he's in full rage, like he abandoned tactics to just smash. You guys defeated him pretty easily because you got him angry.
And we got lucky. I mean, we should have been thrown around more. I like the snot effect. I was thinking there could have been maybe more non-damaging big monster effects. Like when he does the hip check, I kind of expect to be thrown regardless of whether I take damage. Right? Like I was actually surprised that because he chomped me, he got a hold of me. That was good news. Like that was another great thing. Like his mouth's big enough. If he chomps you, yeah, he's not letting go. You're food. So that was neat. But in general, I guess I was expecting him to create effects just by moving, to have things happen to us just because he attacked and not just be damage.
There's an answer. The answer
yeah.
to that is if you were in water,
Yeah.
more things would have happened.
Okay.
Like what happened to you.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you're in water? Yeah, you're in my home now. I'm gonna put you at the bottom and I'm gonna mud you up.
Maybe it's cheating, but I kind of expected even when he was going by to get a tail swipe, right? Just to and for the sake of difference, it didn't have to be damaging. It could have just been like it knocks you down.
So
Right.
the reason that happened is because he was stunned and he was diverting all of his remaining actions to his body to move out.
Okay.
He didn't have a hit and run. He's got a slither charge that hits everybody that he walks by. But that's his special. And Zara feeble-minded him, so he can't use his special.
I agree with
That's right.
Henrik
Yeah.
though
Yeah.
that
Okay.
this guy was so big, just walking by, he would have bumped and at least moved us a couple of squares.
Don't worry, it's coming. Just not from him.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so. I think one of the things for you as GM to call out is like if we have neutralized an effect, you call it out in the moment when we cast a spell or whatever, but you don't call it out in the when it doesn't happen kind of thing, right? So because he'd been feeble-minded, he didn't do a special. And there was an opportunity to call that out in the sense of as he's going by, like you can still see the sparks from Zera's spell. He stumbles, and in that moment you see your life flash before your eyes because you know you could have just been sideswiped if it wasn't for her spell. But like, and it's not a call out. I'm not calling you out because hey, you have missed opportunity to describe something. But I think if you think of it as like there's an ongoing effect and it's in play and it's limiting the monster's actions, accounting for that action anyhow, just as an like strict accounting, like he has an action, it's not there. Let me put that into play. Let me show it not happening is an opportunity to like play to the PCs in a sense.
No, absolutely. I completely agree.
And I've never
you're right.
had
It
that
would
thought
have. I think it
before.
would have rewarded your tactics more had I called that out. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, to me that's first time I've thought about it that way as well. Right, like I think the next time someone in D&D does hold a monster or something like that, and especially if there's something that has like legendary actions, or if you've like built some workaround that's only partially effective, like to put some effort into describing the negation of the monster's action as an ongoing thing, just makes the PCs feel better about what they did and they accomplished.
I agree.
But yeah. All in all, I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Glad. I spent my first day in San Francisco coming up with tactics and actions for this guy to use.
I was going to ask you if you made it to class this time.
Did. It was hell. I've got blisters on my feet from walking around airports and shin splints from running to catch planes as they were taking off.
No. All right. Well, hopefully something
Not
better
built to
happens in
move
your
like
schedule.
that anymore. All right. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Like I said, I think that you all did very well. I think that your strategies paid off. I think your character niches paid off. I was glad to see the difference between Zara and Kevin's character. Both of them mages, built very similar, but taking completely different approaches. Kevin, I hope you didn't feel bored as the range damage dealer.
No,
If I
I
had
think
to
it,
say anything, I think that you were definitely the star of the show because you peeled that armor off left and right, and Zara did most of the damage against the body himself.
I felt like every time Kevin zapped it, it went running like scared.
Pretty much.
It was neat. It was a neat effect.
You
yeah,
guys
I
did a
enjoyed
very
it.
good job working together with your tactics and abilities.
I did
I
my
honestly
job.
didn't think that you would get as much damage done on him as you did. Like you got him down to half of his hit boxes.
We'll see if we can't finish that job.
Yeah, well, this week I realized more too, because I always kept saying I'm not a fighter, I'm not a fighter, I'm not a fighter. But excuse me, I did pretty damn good not
That's
to be a
right.
fighter.
Absolutely.
So she's not quite as pitiful as I originally.
And I like that you were able to heal Henrik of his damage and his wounds. So you got that necro healer going on in full effect. Yeah, it was very, very good. Very good, very good.
All
Kevin,
right.
I'm glad you didn't choose fire because, just FYI, the mud is super resistant to fire and it actually hardens.
Ooh, I'm glad I didn't choose fire either. Then.
So am I. All right, well that's it. I got nothing else for you guys. Thank you, and hopefully we'll do it again next week.
All right. Have a good
Okie
night,
doke.
Bird. I'll
See you
send it
tomorrow,
to
Bert.
Henrik, yeah.
I'll send it to you tomorrow.
All right, cool. All
Have a
right,
good
we'll
one.
see you guys later.
Later.